And welcome to Stickers on the Mic with Sticker Giant Podcast. Today's guest is Heather Stenner, Director of Sales and Marketing at Porchbox, a small business located in Longmont, Colorado. Porchbox builds custom wooden boxes for home delivery and outdoor storage. How fascinating. Welcome, Heather.
Well, thank you. Thanks so much, Dia. I appreciate this opportunity to connect with all of your listeners.
Oh, absolutely. It's our absolute pleasure to have you here. Okay, tell us about Porchbox. What is it? What's the background story for this business?
Wow, it's super fun to tell this story. It goes all the way back to about 2007. My husband and I were living in a tiny little cottage house in Old Town, Fort Collins. And our house was, our friends would call us Hans and Gretel because the home looked like something out of a fairy tale. It had a cobblestone walkway. It had a rounded door. It had a little knocker and a peek hole in the front door so you could, what is your favorite color? Right there before anyone entered. Well, one weekend, I was out of town and Eric, my husband, was looking for a home project he could do with our daughter while our son was sleeping. And we had just signed up for a local milk delivery service, and Eric was not happy with the plastic junky cooler that the Terry had dropped off on the stoop of our tiny little, beautiful little cottage house. So he was worried that everyone that would come to our house would really judge us. And he did not think he would be proud of this junky cooler. So he and our daughter went into our workshop and built the very first Porchbox. We called the dairy the next day, and we asked them to take back their plastic cooler and deliver our milk to the wooden box on our front porch instead. And they were fine with it. They said, sure. But pretty soon our neighbors, they were talking about our cool milk box, and they wanted one for themselves. So over the years, Eric has made milk boxes for tons of people in all different sizes of boxes as well. He even started donating them to the silent auctions at our kids' schools. So fast forward about 9 years, in 2016, after a lot of hours and boxes being built in the workshop and going out to all of our friends, I encouraged Eric to start selling them online. And he launched porch-box.com. Within a few days, he actually had a sale, a real sale, and the adrenaline rush was awesome. He's like, ooh, I can make a box for someone I don't even know. So it's been 5 years, and Eric has handcrafted over 800
we started
boxes.
at 11, but they're doing something a little different.
Wendy, can you, oh yeah, perfect, thank you. It's been 5 years, and Eric has handcrafted over 800 boxes and sold them nationwide through his website and Amazon and Etsy. And he has made many homeowners front door proud. So during the pandemic, sales actually picked up more and more as people were shopping from home. So I decided it was time. I left my 30-year career as a music educator, and I'm putting my skill set to use and supporting Eric and working full-time for our business. And that's really what brought me here today.
I love it. So you guys build and sell milk boxes or other boxes.
We do actually sell a lot of different boxes. So can you see my screen at the moment has changed? The milk box is up on the top, and that's the classic right there. And the middle box is what we call our porch box. It's kind of the signature box. It's a little bit bigger. It will actually hold 12 half-gallon glass bottles, but I don't know anyone that drinks that much milk in a week. So yeah. And then the bottom box is it's a tall box. It's just the same width as the other boxes, but it holds a lot of Amazon packages. So that's a big part of it. And it's really neat. Actually, this summer, we moved into a brand new workshop. We moved the workshop out of our basement and into a real deal industrial space workshop. So now we have a panel saw, and we can make boxes of any size, which is really, really fun. And all of these boxes, I will say, are up to ERIC standards, that they're all weatherproof, they're durable, they're large enough to fit most home deliveries. And as you can see in that picture, we do hand scripting and we can add address numbers. So we can really personalize a box to fit any home. I shipped an unpainted, just for primer box to Salt Lake City this week, and they wanted to paint it when the color of their home to match. So you can really do a variety of things with your porch box.
How interesting. So I'm very curious, how do people use these boxes? You mentioned, of course, milk delivery, which I don't know how many people really do milk delivery these days. I don't know, but I'm guessing packages.
A lot.
Well, you said Amazon packages. So is that really what it's for? Just people leaving stuff at your door?
Yeah, that's a great question. So believe it or not, there are a ton of people that still get home delivery of their milk all over the United States. So we actually, this picture, it's a little bit fuzzy, but this is a box that we make for Longmont Dairy. We make all of their wooden boxes for their customers. They deliver south of Denver all the way up to Fort Collins. So there are people still. And actually, if you searched home dairy delivery service in the United States, they're all over. So people are still ordering milk at home. Some people use them, as I mentioned. Oh, yeah. Some people use them to store their garden hoses. I wanted to show you this picture, right? It's hard for me to see. That's actually the original porch box right now sitting on our front porch. We have 3 boxes sitting in we have our milk box, we have our porch box that holds our umbrellas, our garden tools, our dog's leash and poop bags and treats. And oh my gosh, people use them for all different things. I wanted to show you this one. Here's a perfect example in a backyard. Someone put their garden tools in it. Let's see, I have to zoom in here. This one, someone keeps it on their back porch. It's kind of nice to just have a place to store things, but once you close it, it looks kind of clean and neat and tidy. So there you go.
I love it.
They
now,
also,
oh, go ahead.
go ahead. We also have a couple people who ordered them for their kids to paint, and then they use it as their bed stand. And I love that. They can put all their special things inside their little milk box or porch box, and then they close it up, and the outside is painted just beautifully for their bedroom. It's really sweet.
Oh, I love that idea. That's exactly my question that I was leading into. I know you call them porch boxes, and they're meant
Yes.
to, you have their specific purchase for their product, but like most other products in the world, people find ways to use them in many applications that they weren't intended for. And I'm sure you've encountered this. Tell me about this custom jobs that you are doing.
Yes. So in order to make a custom box, right, you have to be able to have a really big saw, as I mentioned. So we get requests to make boxes, and sometimes the boxes they want us to build are too big and we can't even ship them. So we recommend they maybe make it on their own. But if they have a size box that we can build for them, we really, of course, want to meet their needs. So I think I showed you some of those pictures. We have heard of people during quarantine. If there's someone in Atlanta who said during quarantine they had their porch box in their bedroom and they kept some blankets in it. And during quarantine, he ended up doing an aerobics class in his bedroom, and he used his porch box to do his step-ups on. That was kind of a unique story. We also know that people like to have their milk box on their front porch, and they use it to hold their cup of coffee while they're sitting on their porch every morning. And we heard a funny story from someone recently who a friend was going to bring by a cherry pie. And they said, oh, just put it in the porch box. I'll let it sit there for a little while, but it'll be safe. And a couple hours later, quarantined. Apparently they wanted the cherry pie to be quarantined for a little while before they ate it, which cracked me up.
Oh, I love it.
All you have to do is dream, and we can never underestimate the power of your porch box.
or tools, professional tools.
That's right.
So
That's
tell me, Heather, who is the target audience? Who are the people, aside from milk delivery clients, who's the target audience?
That's a great question. So we sell mainly to homeowners or people living in homes that want to lock or conceal their home deliveries. There's so many boxes actually out there, and there's metal and plastic boxes galore. But Porchbox, as far as we know, as far as we can tell, we are really the only people making a classic wooden box that can really be custom to any size. Our motto is make your front door proud. And the metal boxes and the plastic boxes are just very generic, and they're a lot cheaper. We'll admit that. You can buy them at Sam's Club or buy them at places that just want to have a big old box. But those can blow away. They can really, once a plastic or metal box is damaged, you can't fix it. And I actually just picked up a porch box from someone local who said, hey, my kids were messing with the porch box and it fell down some stairs and one of the posts got broken. So I went and picked it up, and Eric fixed it over the weekend, and they've got a brand new, pretty much great porch box again. So we're really looking for people that just want to kind of add a sense of class to their front porch and make their front door proud.
I think I'm going to add a butler to my front door to add class, but I think a porch box might be a great addition as well. So now you have your target audience. You figured out who you're selling to. Tell me about how you grew this business into what it is and where you want to go.
Yeah. So when Eric launched the website in 2016, he kept things pretty simple. It was a side gig. He has a day job. He's a finance guy. And so he basically just put the website out through Squarespace. He started a Google ad for $25 a month. He submitted a trademark for the business, and he got the necessary state and local business licenses. For Christmas one year, I had a simple logo made for him by someone I found on Fiverr, and I had some t-shirts made, but Eric really just focused on building boxes, and he did nothing on social media at all. So really, he tried to just gain traction in the search engines by using common words and languages that were repeated over and over on the website. And this is pretty incredible. It's really a slow grow, right? So I said it'd been 5 years since he started the website. We're super happy to say that since he launched Porchbox 5 years ago, it's been number 1 or 2 consistently at the top of a Google search when people search for Porchbox. And it took 5 years and a consistent message, but we made it, and we know people pay a lot of money to be on the top page of Google, right? So the slow grow, the fact that I'm just coming into the business to help him now, really, I mean, when you start out a new business, you have to be patient, and those things are going to take time. And I kind of just got to walk in and like, woo, we're there. So to small business owners, just know that you need to take your time, and it's gonna take a while, but you can do it. Steady on. We did a couple things. As soon as I started working with Eric, we got a GoDaddy phone number. These are really the juicy things. Like, I wish I could talk to someone who started a business a year ago and say, what are the things that you did to really get started? And here's my quick list. The GoDaddy phone number, I can answer the phone. It shows me that it's coming through the business, but I just use my same telephone number, and I can answer it from wherever I am. We got a local designer to make a real deal new logo and a design brief. I didn't even know what that was. A design brief helps you establish your color palette and your typography that the web designer can use. We got a local photographer, actually a former student of mine who's now in his late 20s, and he was just starting a professional photography business, and he did a photo shoot. Eric made 23 boxes over a couple week period so we could have a photo shoot for really beautiful pictures on our website. We got a local business to put the signage on our door of our new workshop, and they printed our business cards. We really tried to do as much local as we could. We've got some t-shirt orders, and here's where Sticker Giant comes in. We ordered some stickers for our boxes, our cardboard boxes. When we ship a box, we want people to know what's inside.
Oh,
so
yes, did.
We've got a sticker that looks just like this logo that you see here, porchbox.com, make your front door proud. We've got a big one that we put on the box, but then we also have little ones that are just this little bit up here, and they fit perfectly on our touch-up paint bottles, and they double as a beautiful business card. And people love stickers, right? They want to put them on everything.
Everything.
Yes. And actually, another thing we did was I heard one of your recent podcasts, you were talking with someone from a company called 99 Designs.
Oh, they're fabulous.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we found a Squarespace expert to help us ramp up our website through 99 Designs. And we really love the expert that we found. Currently, she has a health situation, so we're also using Upwork to find someone who can fill in for her while she's healing. We also partnered with a really cool, let's see if I can find the picture of it. These little icons are so tiny. This box is a lockable box. So not every one of our boxes lock, because I would say probably 75% of the boxes that we sell, they don't have locks on them. People don't want them. It's just a security feeling, right? To have the option to lock. If you do want to get a lock for your box, this really cool lock is called a box lock. And you may have heard them. They were on Shark Tank a couple years ago. It's a smart padlock. So you press the button on the top and you scan, the UPS person would scan the package that they are delivering to your house. That lock is connected to your email, and it knows that there's a package coming just for you. So the lock opens, the UPS or FedEx driver puts it right in your box, and they lock it back up. That allows for multiple deliveries in a day. Super cool product. And if you wanted to just have a friend drop something off in the app, I could send you a picture of the QR code I made just for you. And you could scan that QR code when you show up, and you could give the jacket back to me that I left in your car when we went for a drive in the mountains. So super cool product, and building those partnerships, I think, is really critical. They also sell our boxes on their website and on Amazon. So that's a really neat partnership. I'll throw one more thing in. I don't know if you've heard of Toastmasters, but one thing that I've done professionally is to join a Toastmasters group. And since the pandemic, we're all online, and I needed something to continue building my speaking skills. And wow, it's really important to consider how you're approaching your customers and how you're not just what you're saying, but how you're saying it. I'm very aware of people that say so and in Toastmasters, they really help you fine tune your speaking skills. So I would invite you to join us sometime. It's a wonderful organization.
Oh, I think I'll take you up on that offer. I have noticed I do a few ums and so's, and I'd probably would become much more aware of that and hopefully remedy that situation. Fantastic. I like that.
Love to have you join us.
Okay, it's a date. Now,
Sweet.
Tell me, you said you did not start growing the business on social media. It took 5 years to get to the top of your Google page search. So talk to us about what you've done to grow your business through marketing.
Yeah, that's an age-old question, right? And when you're a small business, you're mom and pa, you're doing it all. So I call myself the director of sales and marketing, but I'm doing everything. We're doing operations. We are doing advertising. It's definitely been the biggest area of growth for Eric and I with the business, because he didn't have any social media accounts. I think he'd only ever been on LinkedIn himself. It's not something he really wanted to do. So, and it's now the fact that I'm working full time and I can really devote a large chunk of my time to marketing. This summer, we launched Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, LinkedIn, YouTube, Google Business, and Alignable. And getting connected with those. Just yesterday, I was on a webinar that Vistaprint and Alignable hosted together, and it was specifically for small businesses and marketing. It was awesome. I loved it. I got a lot out of just a quick 30-minute webinar. So once you get connected, then all those organizations are really out there trying to support small businesses. And so I encourage small businesses, owners that are listening, to really take advantage of some of those opportunities. Probably our best marketing and advertising, though, comes from our happy customers showing off their new porch box to their neighbors or to their house guests. And if you don't have a good product and people aren't talking about you in a positive light, it's not going to go very well. So we're really customer focused and, of course, product focused, making a quality product, hoping that our customers will be saying good things about our boxes and being our biggest evangelists.
Oh, I love it. I think that is such a forward-moving strategic marketing plan that anyone can join you in. I don't think it's unobtainable, and I don't think it's outstretched too much. Fabulous. Now tell our listeners who are milk customers and package receivers and people who want to be porch proud, tell them where they can find you.
Of course. Well, folks can order our boxes on our website, porch-box.com. You'll see that dash in our logo. And you'll also find us, as I mentioned, on Etsy and Amazon, Google, and pretty soon Facebook Marketplace. And we have 2 ways to order our boxes. We have an order form on our site that allows people to personalize their porch box, as I mentioned, with paint color or a lockable lid or hand scripting or address numbers. But you can also, if you just want a box and you want it quick, we have what we call quick ship boxes, and that'll ship. We've got them on the shelf right here. We're ready to ship those boxes out. That just they're kind of our most common boxes. So they can visit our website, and we're just excited when we can help people make their front door proud with one of our boxes. So I really appreciate this opportunity to share today with your community.
Oh, it's been my absolute pleasure. One of the wonderful ways our community gives back is we like to get feedback from our community, active feedback. And we have a bunch of listeners that have called in, and they are chomping at the bit, Heather, to ask you their burning questions about Porchbox. Now, we don't vet our callers, so I don't know what we're going to have here. So are you ready to have some fun?
Oh, I'm ready. Bring it on.
Okay, we have Elia, Lalia. I don't know what her name is, but it's something like with Aaliyah. So let's get her on.
Hi, Heather. This is Elia. I'm in Loveland, Colorado. I am a busy mom. A lot of times am not at home during the day. And we have a 2-year-old and a 10-year-old who drink milk by the gallon. Literally, my husband and I are going and getting milk every other day. And so with ordering milk through, a company and having it delivered, it's a great option for us. The only thing that I was wondering is there insulation in the milk boxes? Because sometimes we will, in the summertime, it's sitting out there and we're gone and we're doing football practice and whatever it may be, and we might not get to it till later.
That is a great question. I get this question a lot. So our milk boxes are made out of the same siding material that your house is made with. It's insulating in itself. Now, I came home yesterday, believe it or not, I get my milk on Tuesdays. I had texted my teenagers. I was at the office and I said, did anyone bring the milk in? That was at maybe noon. Mm-hmm. I got home at 4 o'clock, and guess what? The milk was still in the box. Now, it was about, 80, 85. It wasn't too high yesterday, but the milk was fine. So our dairy, literally inside our box, I don't have a picture of it on this right now, but if you go to our website, you'll see a picture of our milk delivery with ice all over it. And Eric designed our boxes with a slight edge at the bottom, and it naturally, the ice just drains right out. If you have a plastic cooler or a metal box, you got to take the milk out and then you got to dump the water out, right? Our box is so beautifully made in that way that the ice just melts. Now, I did have a customer actually in Colorado Springs a couple weeks ago. She came up, got her box from our shop. She went for a day drive, picked up her box, put it on the porch. The next day her milk's delivery came. She said her husband has a fabric cooler bag. And she got our 9-bottle box, and that bag fit right inside. I think for peace of mind, they wanted to know that it would be fine. And it fit right inside. we don't really want to put insulation in our box because it's already insulated. It's good to go. So we would love for you to try it out. And if you weren't happy, we'll give you your money back and you can try a different box. But we feel pretty confident that our boxes really nail the insulating part.
Look at that pun. A money back guarantee, and with insulation, you should find out that number, Heather. Houses come with insulating factors, like it's got a number.
Okay, good.
That would be lovely to know. We have more callers. I see that it's like a Brandon, Warner. I'm not sure.
Most of the time people call me Brandon.
Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon, what's your question?
My wife likes to call me Nodnarb. She says my name backwards sometimes. I don't quite get it, but Nodnar, Renrab, that's what they call me.
Is this your client base, Heather? Should I disconnect? Or is this your client base?
Oh, we welcome any customer. What's your question, Brandon?
I'm curious on the locks. Like,
Yes.
Well, two things, I guess. How does UPS know to put it in the box? If I got a box on my porch, how do they know it's not just because I got like boxes on my porch? And does the lock? I mean, how does they know how to use the lock? I don't know.
That's a great question. I remember watching a Shark Tank episode where Mark Cuban said, "Oh, I'm not interested in this product because I have to teach people how to use it." Yeah. That's a big deal, right? Yeah. So if you have a box and it is right by your door, and ours is, occasionally we will get a package and literally the package will be right on top of our porch box.
Yeah.
Right? And it even says parcels right on top of the box. So in that case, usually I figure that we probably have a new driver, and I get a piece of sidewalk chalk, and when I know there's a package coming, I just write deliveries and I point an arrow. Please put package in the porch box. And I draw a little arrow and with a smiley. It's an education piece. What they do, Brandon, is I don't know if you can see it real well, but there's a hidden hasp. So when the box is not locked, the hasp flips up into the lid and a magnet holds this hasp in place. There's also a lock hook. So you can put your padlock right inside the box. And we have a delivery notification placard that tells your driver, please put package in the porch box and lock lid. On the other side, it says, and close lid. So if you have the placard with the sign that says lock lid, they'll grab the lock, put your package in, pull the hasp down, and lock. If you're not using a smart padlock like that, you're only going to be able to have one delivery that's actually locked.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't know if that answered your question.
Well, yeah, maybe. I guess I'd have to try it and see, but I know UPS and FedEx, legally they can't put it in like post boxes, right? You can't put it in our mailbox per se. So how would I guess post office maybe would know to put it in there, but the UPS would think, oh no, I can't put it in there. Or do you have a sign? Is there like a big sign on the front you can put on it, or like?
Yes, we have a delivery notification placard. I'm sorry I don't have a picture of that to show you, but if you go on our website, you'll see several of our photos of the sign that comes along with our porch box. Brandon, I will say, we have had people call and order a box specifically for mail. All you have to do is go down to the post office and ask to talk to your postmaster. You can get permission actually to use your porch box as a mail receptacle. But you have to get permission from your postmaster. We've had customers have reached out to us about that. So and it maybe varies by state.
How very interesting. Brandon, my apologies. I appreciate those questions. I was wondering that myself, like the learning curve of this product. But Heather, I like how you have the workaround. I like how it's thought about. And I guess with anything, bribes also work. So you could always just put a present out there for your mail delivery people and say, please enjoy. And by the way, use the box. I think that's my shortcut. We
get so many mail deliveries these days, especially with COVID times, that I think tomorrow I have 3 or 4 packages coming, and they're all from different delivery people usually, and it's never consistent. So it's like, I'm always a little uncertain on, well, I don't know. It depends on who's coming. I've had someone drop off a package on our back porch before. I'm like, I can't find it. Have you looked on your back porch? Why would I look at my back porch? But there it was.
I will tell you, we have heard from several UPS and FedEx drivers that they love the box. I'll run out when I see someone coming, and I'll wait to see if they put it in the box. And as soon as they do, I charge them, and I run out my front door. I was like, hey, thanks for using our porch box.
That's
And
like they punked.
they actually take a picture now, right? They take
A lot
a
of
picture
time.
of where they delivered it. So there's a picture of my box with the packages inside that is delivered to my email. And that's a pretty powerful, if they like it, then, and they're using it, right? I think they launched it in Atlanta. They did a test market for several years in Atlanta to train. So people are just becoming, if there's probably 15 competitor boxes out there,
Oh,
right?
okay.
I don't see them as competition because they're all metal and all plastic. So
Interesting. Heather, I have to tell you, this is very, very interesting. And I think we're having some issues on the back end right now because we have Ilea calling back.
oh, wow. Okay. Yes. Aaliyah, what is it?
So this is actually Aleje.
Another call. My apologies. I'm not doing well with the
I
names.
get it all the time. So I was listening. Said that it's breathable so that the water can come out for when you're putting, if there's like a milkman putting ice in it. So we also get food, grocery delivery, especially with COVID. And there's times like being a busy family and my parents will have it ordered, whatever it may be, we get groceries delivered. So that'd be a cool thing to have in there. What about pests? So if you have that little breathable spot, is it like accessible for like ants or bugs, like to get in here? If the top's closed, like what about that? And is there any issues? Depending again, if I have groceries sitting out there, I'm just wondering about that. Maybe if there's like a cedar option or something like that, just to see if there's a way to keep, pests out.
It's a great question. It's a great question. I will say I've been using these boxes for 17 years and I've never had a bug in it. So I guess I don't also just dump cotton candy inside my box or anything like that. That would probably be a no-go. But I will say if they put the groceries in, typically they're inside bags. I do know some people put ice packs into their box. I also know some people put a blanket, like I put a thin blanket in the winter. Like I have had slushy milk. It's cold, right? If I forget about my milk in the winter.
I was thinking of strawberries or something, where it's open still, or does it, something like that.
Boy, I mean, I wouldn't leave it there for days, but I would certainly think that maybe for a good 12 hours, you're good to go. And the neighbors, right? The neighbors, you could also use them as a resource. Hey, my groceries are in the porch box. Could you go get the strawberries out and put them in your fridge until I get home at midnight? Or, we are big on community here at Porch Box. So we want the Porch Box to be a part of your community. Your neighbors should know you have, exactly. And your FedEx and UPS drivers.
Of course.
I love it. Thank you. La ha ha la ha la la. Appreciate the call in. We have one more call, Heather. Oh, good Lord. It's like a Zahan Rube.
It's actually pronounced Zan fucking Ruby, but I'll answer to pretty much anything.
Can we mute the caller? I'm ready. What's your question, Dan?
Sorry. Yeah, you probably don't have a bleep service on this particular podcast.
This podcast.
Okay, my question was, so you had mentioned that some of the boxes are too large to ship, and so you would encourage people maybe to make their own, but could you do something like a kit for the larger ones where you send us all the panels, the pieces, but they're broken down instead of being in the big box, and then you just send instructions and whatever.
That is awesome. I can't believe you're asking this question, Zan. My husband Eric and I were just talking about that the other day. The design is so beautiful. If you are a pretty handy person, you could we could do that. We could send you the panels, you could connect them, and you just have to use a little bit of caulk. We like to seal the edges and the posts if you got a good caulk gun, just put that baby together. You could also, we would send the hinges and there's a chain tether to the lid, from the box to the lid, and you just got to have a screwdriver and some caulk and you're good to go. Oh, and
I'm just gonna breeze past all those possibilities right there.
I was going to
Too much work
say,
for you.
yes, we want to clarify that that's caulking, CAULK,
Yes.
that you need.
Yes, thank you for that clarification. Thank
The
you.
ing on the end of that word adds a lot of value, I think.
It does, yes. I'll always conjugate our nouns, verbs, adjectives, pronouns, whatever we want. Just, words. Thank you, Heather. I have one final question for you from
You
my
bet.
personal porch. My porch has a lot of theft. My porch does not do well. And for me, if I were a criminal, I would just take the package in the box and have 2 prizes. What's preventing somebody from taking my box and my milk?
Another great question. Love it, Dia. Thank you. This is rounding out everything. So Eric also offers the opportunity to pre-drill a hole either in the bottom or the side. Some of our customers just literally bolt the box down to their deck or into the cement or into the side of their house. We also heard of a couple people that literally they got a big box and they bought a 50-pound sandbag, put it right in the bottom of the porch box, and ain't nobody picking that thing up with stuff in it, or they'd have to try pretty hard.
Oh my
So it
gosh.
depends on what, yeah, there's 2 options for you.
I love it. Both work. Well, Heather, I think we are going to have some pretty strong feedback as we continue down this path. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. And who knows, maybe next time you can come back and we can see if Eric can speak. Who knows?
Would love
He
it.
just knows how to drill things. We don't know.
I can't say he'd be excited about the opportunity, but I think it would be a wonderful growing opportunity for growth. So
Well, let's
thank you
get
for
him at
hosting.
Toastmasters.
Fantastic. Thanks for having me today. We'll hope to see a bunch of you at porch-box.com. Thanks, you guys.
That's great.
Good.
Okay, sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
no, so yeah, we got about 10 minutes or 12 minutes, right? If that's
Yeah.
what you're going to say, Dia, let's wrap
Yeah.
it up. But I'd love to give you some feedback of my own and hope other people have some stuff there as well.
Great.
First off, I love it. I thought about doing this like 10 years ago. Like, God, we should really just have a box and a porch to put this stuff in. It'd be a lot better. After a package or 2 gets stolen, you're like, that would be nice to have. So one thing, all right, so you're sitting on a chair right now and your laptop's on a table, which is much lower than you, huh? You're kind of looking, you're looking down on people. And so you don't want to like talk down to people. So if you can raise your laptop up and keep your camera at eye level, it would be, it's less like you're talking down on somebody.
I've literally got my laptop sitting on a stack of books right now. And,
Mark built
and,
this.
and
I
I got
I
my
have a
handy
food tray. I have a folding food tray that I have it on.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Good.
So yeah,
Okay,
I oftentimes just slouch to get my head level.
Is your like my camera's pointing right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where my camera is. And I had Mark build me a slanted platform specifically for my laptop. Plus I have a stand to put it at more of a slant.
I mean, maybe you could have a laptop box. Just put it out there.
The laptop Zoom box.
Laptop Zoom box. Elevated with
Zoom
different
box.
levels. You got that there. So with that, I think that because it's right, you're talking down to someone. It's not. It's just one of those body language things, right? You just want to try and be aware of that.
Is this better?
Yeah. Now
Or
it's
not?
much. You're not. Your chin's not down. You're not looking down on it as much. So
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Excellent.
If it was there, or even like 2 more inches higher, it would be a little more ideal. So maybe it's not cutting
Like
your
up
head
here?
off. Yeah, because it'd be good to have your whole head in the frame.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
totally. Yeah, just try and watch your
Okay.
head to not be in there. So then the other one, try not to read if possible. You should know all this stuff, hopefully, because I kept seeing you. You're here. Well, actually, you were looking over here. I'm guessing at your screen.
Yep.
We were talking, and then you were down here and here and here. Try and remember where the eyes are at. It's just try and just stare right in that camera and stay there.
I was having major technical difficulties today, and I'm on my iPad instead of my computer.
Okay.
My mic jacked like 5 minutes before the meeting. So yes,
So
that's a good
if that happens right before your podcast too, just
exactly. It was perfect. Okay.
Well, outside of that,
talk.
great. And Aaliyah, Zan, what you guys got?
I had a couple thoughts. For one thing, normally podcasters aren't going to let you talk that long. They are podcasters because they love the sounds of their own voices, and they are going to be interrupting more. They're not going to let you flow the way that you were able to today. So just be aware of that and be prepared that you may have to very quickly shorten up your answers as they start to break in.
Definitely.
And then the other thing I was going to suggest, you are welcome to borrow this if you want. I have this handy dandy light that Toastmasters bought me, but so
I have it too. I forgot to turn it on.
It makes a huge, that works great. Yeah.
Yeah. No, is there different colors? Yeah, the orange color or the softer light looked better.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
A little
Is
bit
this one
warmer.
good?
No, try this. No, the other one. That one. Yeah. Now you look human.
Really?
That one's too orange.
See, I think that's too orange. I think that looks like.
I like that one.
But,
That one.
Okay.
That one you look.
Maybe it's my screen. I just looked really pale. I turn my screen brightness down when I'm in here though, so maybe.
Okay, that's my mask zit I showed before the meeting. Yeah.
Mask burn tear.
Glad we got that on recording. Okay. What else? Thank you. So the lighting, I've totally forgot the light.
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome.
Thinking the same thing too, more short and sweet. Sometimes the audience, they tend to get they'll wander and engage in what you're saying. Sometimes a little bit shorter, sweeter, really get to the point. And once you speak that, if you do have time where they're not interrupting you, then you can kind of go back and give more detail.
Got it. It's a 30-minute thing. So I was like, I tried to make 30 minutes of content, but
plenty of time.
Little bites.
Yeah.
Yes, I think that important factor of it's really about trusting the person in the podcast with you. And you can preface this all by saying to your interviewer, please ask me at the end if there's anything else I want to say, right? So so you don't have that fear of missing out, of not saying the thing. My experiences with being on podcasts have been the good podcast people, and I'm assuming this is a good podcast person. He's got some skills, they have skills, and they know to say, what else do you want to say? What did I miss? What's our takeaway, right? They know to wrap it up that way, which doesn't always end up as a wrap up, because you could go on and just trust in the knowledge that, like Brandon said, break it into smaller pausable bits, because as soon as you pause or as soon as you say something interesting, you have to poise yourself to be able to stop, listen, react, and then either continue on that line of discussion or pivot, right? And you can circle back to stuff, but the generosity of a speech and being able to promote in the order in which you want to promote your things isn't generally
the luxury.
Podcast flow.
Got it. So my first opening, like my elevator where I tell the story, that was okay.
Yeah,
was that okay?
And then I think it was a bit long.
Pretty long.
You got to shorten up some of the pieces there.
Okay, good.
Real quick.
But make it really like, listen, I clearly attack everything with humor. So I would be just like, we make boxes. No, boxes, like.
That's all we do. We make boxes.
It's a box. Like, do you know, like make me want to give a shit. Oops, sorry, we're recording. Oh my gosh. Make me want to care. Make me pull me into your story. And you do that with storytelling. I do that with humor. It's a catch, right? Just pull somebody in and be like, wow, this is going to be a fun half hour. I make boxes.
Right. What's good about that?
There's a lot to say about boxes. Let me start. Here's 5 things you don't know about boxes. They're insulated. They come in different sizes. You can attachable.
lockable.
Yeah.
They're lockable. That's
They're
huge with all the Amazon deliveries being stolen. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So like punch me in the face with it, those 5 things with
Yep.
humor. And now I want to listen to the podcast, because if you just go into it, then I'm like, I have to be invested to want to listen to it.
Yep. Perfect. Love that.
Yeah, I love
That's
it.
why Toastmasters is so beautiful. I love
And
it.
I can imagine right now you're feeling a little bit of pressure. You know, this is like a big thing for you. This is new, and maybe not. And if not, then great. Like Dia's saying, they're trying to just have fun with it and just
Yeah.
jokes and make it light and like it's kind of silly, but now I make boxes and just trying
More
to
of a
slide them on the side
conversation,
and,
obviously.
Yeah, just make a
Yeah.
conversation and make it interesting and not it's not world history. And it's not an engineering course in details and logic. It's just, it's kind of our
Right.
story, and it's been fun, and we like it, and I think we're gonna make something of it now. And
That's great. And your questions were awesome. Like I didn't mention the smell or the insulation and those came up in the lockable part. That was really good. And we're not going to have questions tomorrow, but he will ask the questions. Hopefully you'll be wondering those things. Zan, what was your?
Zan, I looked on the website real quick and saw that you had the labels, but you didn't say anything about the labels. It said deliveries here, so that's why.
nice.
But it's good to see that you have that. So great. Sorry, go ahead, Zan.
So, and those may be, because you don't know that you're going to get those questions, those may be the things that you include in your, here are the 5 things you need to know about us. Like,
Perfect.
And so you get those up front.
Love it. Okay.
Also, just, it's a little thing, but when you say the name of the company, don't say dash. Only put the dash in there when you're describing the website, when you're saying our web address is porch-box.com.
Beautiful. Okay.
But don't say it in the name, because that's not the name of your
Porch
company.
box. How many times did I do that? A lot?
Like 3 or 4 times, and every time it stopped me and I had to go, what the hell did she just
Why
say?
is she saying that?
Why is she saying dash?
Excellent.
It's not Porch Dash. I mean, that's like DoorDash or something. Different company.
Right.
Yeah,
good.
Porchbox.com.
Awesome.
I didn't catch that.
But it's not porchbox.com. That's the problem.
Because I heard it when you said the website, but I guess, Zan, correct me if I'm wrong, did she say it without the .com? Yeah. Okay.
No, yes, she said it when it was just, there was a couple times you said the name and dash was in there, and you may have been saying .com at the end of it, but you were saying it as the name. You didn't say it like the web address is.
The web. I need to do that. Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, don't have the word dash in there if you're not talking about the web address.
The website. Perfect. We don't have porchbox.com. They want $8,000 for that web domain. It's just parked somewhere.
Yeah.
So, okay. Thank you, Zan. That's key.
One other funny aspect I found going down your rabbit hole of Porchbox is that I can't say box lock. I want to say lockbox. I can't say box lock. It's difficult to say, which is not your problem. It's a they problem. But I'm just saying, like, there's funny in that, because every time, like, I can't say Dwayne Reed Pharmacy. I was like Dwayne Weed. I can't say box lock.
Box lock. Box lock.
It's just that's a twister for my mouth. Just as an FYI, I don't know if anybody else has that.
We have a product called the Cool Cube, but you say it too many times. It's Cool Cube. Cool Cube. Kind of getting that same habit.
Wow. I love it. Okay, I'm noticing the time. Thank you guys so much. This was super valuable for me.
You got this.
I'm excited for it. Now, do you want to mention prices when you're doing this, or is that not something? That was one of my other questions. What are your price ranges? I looked them up, but I'm just curious. If that's something you're wanting to talk about.
If they ask, absolutely. Our porch boxes start at $99. Our milk boxes start at $99. Our porch box starts at $149, and our parcel box start at $199. And they go up from there if you want painting or scripting.
Mentality.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Dia? What was that?
What'd you say?
I don't know the marketing strategy of saying the price or not saying the price.
Yeah.
Just see our website for current pricing.
Yeah, I don't know. I know there's a strategy involved in saying it or not saying it. I don't know what it is.
I guess
Because this podcast is going to be on their website. Do I really, even if they get that far, you know?
I mean, if he asked, say it. Otherwise, yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, it's really easy
Okay.
to find out. It took me 2 minutes to find out what the prices were.
Or he says, why am I going to spend $149 for a wooden box? Right. I got to be prepared for him to be a little bit, wow, that's pretty pricey for a teeny little thing.
Well, but that does give you that opens up the opportunity for you to say, yeah, but it's worth it because, and then list off all
it's
the
going to
great
last for
insulation
years. And
yeah.
It's it's American built. One,
Yep.
labor costs are a little bit more expensive than China. And if you want to support American built, things cost more because they're high quality.
That's right. Beautiful. Thank you. You want to join me tomorrow?
All of us.
I could pretend to be Eric.
There you go.
Oh, nice. You're wearing a blue
building
porch box
things.
shirt.
Give
so
me
you
a
look great.
screw, a driver, and a hammer, and let's build some stuff.
Where's my cock gun?
Yeah, you want to be careful. Okay,
Bye,
Thank you.
Leah. Leah.
Aloha.
Yeah.
Aloha. Aloha.
Yeah, really be careful with that word. That's a tricky one.
Yeah.
Caulking.
Cock gun. If you have a caulk gun,
Caulking.
gun, is that better?
Put the ing on it.
Just,
Caulking.
you gotta put the ing on. You don't ever say
It's caulking.
It's just
Caulking.
Caulking.
Yeah.
It's a caulking gun.
Oftentimes
Or
I'll
I
say
would use the
silicone.
word seal. You can
Sealant.
seal it with
And you could
Sealant.
seal it with your caulking gun? That sounds dumb.
seal.
It does. I just say
silicone.
silicone. usually. I'm
Silicone.
just like, I hate saying the word
seal it
caulking.
with silicone.
Seal it.
You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to give me the application method. You can just say it's sealable with, or sealable.
Okay.
We put some sealant in it. Sealant. Yeah.
Great. Okay.
No one wants to see him or talk about him. So just.
That's like the best memory. Like I was on recess duty, years ago, and I was like, hey, you guys hold your balls.
Oh.
The basketball, I never said that again.
Yeah.
Right? You learn. Okay, I'm never going to say the word cock again. So, thank you.
Unless you're in the bedroom and you're having fun with it, go with it. But otherwise, in public, people don't like it.
It's got an ing on the end to make it clear.
So like caulking gun, caulking.
If you want to say, I agree.
Invaluable, Dia. Thank you for being my partner today. This is great.
Welcome. That was great. This was a great use of our meeting. Thank
Glad
you,
we could help
Brandon.
you out.